All right, here we are, episode 45 of Merriweather's World. Every time I add another number to that, I get astounded at how many numbers have been added to this. So tonight's episode, we will be talking about plants to help your liver. But before that, let me just introduce myself to those new people here. My name is Dr. Mark Merriwether Vorderbruggen, creator of Foraging Texas, author of Idiot's Guide Foraging, creator of the Wazoo Survival Bandana. More about this tonight. Wazoo Survival Gear, one of the sponsors. Currently writing a series of books for Texas A&M University Presses, starting with Medicinal Plants of Texas. So a lot of things going on. Hey, Vanessa, long time no see. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, this is all about you tonight, Kevin. Hey, Tammy. Okay, good. We got people here showing up. Friends, family, coworkers, ex-coworkers. Okay, actually, technically not family, but you're all my family. Okay, where do I want to start? So the usual housekeeping sort of things. First, just remember you can help keep this on the air. Let me just give you a whole big list of stuff that you can do to help keep Merriweather's World on the air and support Foraging Texas. So let me put this on there. So, of course, you can go to foragingtexas.com and see all sorts of interesting plant information. That being said, just going to the website doesn't do a whole lot, but on the website there is a list of upcoming classes. So you can actually go walk in the wild with me for a number of hours and learn all sorts of cool stuff. So that's good. We got a bunch coming up. I just added there. Finally, those of you in San Antonio, the registration link for the San Antonio classes at Cibola Ranch is finally active. Quick word, tonight's sponsors, like I said, the one is Wazoo Survival. We'll get into them soon because I got stuff from them that I want to show you. But also, as usual, Uncommon Bees, my supplier of all things bee type. Let's see, how can I do this? Yeah, so Uncommon Bees, they got the CBD infused honey and all sorts of other honey. I really like the buzz honey. There's caffeine, there's taurine, there's also, it's basically like Monster Energy honey drink, honey stuff. And of course the propolis, for those of you who know what propolis is, good stuff on the medicinal front. It's more known over in Europe. It's slowly the people in the United States are catching on to why this is a good thing to have. Quick note with Uncommon Bees, if you go to their shop between now and 9:30 tonight, Central Standard Time, it is Wednesday sometime in January. What is it, 23rd? We'll say it's, let's call it January 23rd. Anyway, during the show and for a half hour after the show, if you use the Forking Weeds discount coupon, you will get 20% off your order. So if you've been holding out, from getting some of this really cool, stuff from Uncommon Bees, now's your chance. Just a side note, they said, pretty much during every episode of Merriweather's World, Uncommon Bees will offer that special 20% off deal if you use the the Forking Weeds coupon code. Okay. Oh, hey, Jesse. Yo. Special stuff coming for you, man. Okay, so we talked about Uncommon Bees. I know you're here to see liver, but I got to do a shout out to Wazoo Survival. Because, like I said, they're the ones that worked with me and Dr. McCole Aplion to convert this really cool foraging bandana link already posted. So I came home and I had multiple packages from them. And being the paranoid person I am, I already scraped out all the identifying information. But I'm not exactly sure what's in them. I have some ideas. So I told them that I would unbox it here. Okay, first is their amazing cache cap. Now this looks like an ordinary cap. It's gray. It works like an ordinary cap. but it has secret compartments. So, I don't know if you can see this here. You know what? I'm going to, hold on. The lighting is better over here. Just a second. Ha. No, maybe not. Well. Okay, black on black. You're going to have to trust me. There's a secret compartment here. There's 2 secret compartments here. And there are multiple secret compartments in the lining of the hat. So this is really good for, you know, keeping your hunting license, your fishing license, fire starters, lockpick tools, anything like that. Nice hat. I have several of their hats. What I like about this one is it's subtle. There's no real identify. You know, it says Wazoo there, but there's no big Wazoo patch or anything like that. It doesn't immediately point you out as someone who might be carrying stuff that is valuable. So it's just a hat, but a hat with secret compartments. So very, very cool. Thank you, Wazoo. So that's one thing. And then what I'm thinking, oh, there's a whole, wow. Yeah, okay. So, more bandanas. So if you come to some of my classes, you can see the list over at www.foragingtexas. Sign up for the class, and hey, I'll have bandanas there too. So let me just hold mine. This is my this is my test bandana. I've been abusing it. I've been washing it. Like I said, at this point, it's been washed 18 times. And still the color is really, really good. It's pretty wrinkled, but the color is still there. And all the information. If you go to the link I posted where it says Wazoo Survival Bandana or Foraging Bandana, it lists all the plants, all the information about the plants, the useful, the edibility, poison, toxic mimics, all that sort of stuff. Okay, but we got another package here. Let's see what's in this from Wazoo Survival. And, whoa, it looks like the Foraging Bandana. But check this out. Okay, most of you who have been to this show know that I'm not above making a fool of myself. So let me explain this. Mosquitoes can no longer get me. So this is the Wazoo Survival Bandana to help you avoid mosquitoes getting at you. So you can wear this when it's really bad out in the woods. You can tuck this into your shirt, put your hat either over it or under it, wherever. Now you're mosquito proof, at least your face. Now your arms and stuff, you still want mosquito repellent. So look, they sent me 2 of these. One is definitely going in my kit. So this is mine. And this one is being sent over to the Texas Bushcrafters dude, the guy who set that up as just as a thank you for some of the things he's been doing for me lately. So, but this isn't on the Wazoo Survival website yet. But I know they were playing around with it. One thing if you know me and you hear me talk about Wazoo Survival, it's the company was created by a number of NASA engineers. And so they're very, 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 very particular about the quality of their stuff because they're used to, trying to keep people alive in the most extreme conditions off Earth. So they apply the same sort of somewhat over-engineered skills onto earthbound adventure gear. So hopefully it will be coming out soon, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely the new improved Wazoo Survival Bandana with mosquito netting. And I see a bunch of people just trying, so I'll put it on one more time. So Wazoo Survival Bandana, mosquito netting. Cool. And of course you could also use this to catch minnows and other things too. Or drain stuff, or, I'm trying to think what the word is, strain your pasta when you're out cooking or things like that. So really, really, really handy piece of outdoor gear that Wazoo Survival is working on. So I'm really excited. Hopefully that will be out soon. Okay, wow, we got a lot of people here. Hey Sheila, hey Dana. Let's see. Wrong day. No, if you're here for the liver, today is today. I got some cool stuff that I had to share. Hey Sarah, hey Jesse. Yes, Jesse, it is like Christmas. Hey Nancy. Hey Cleo, hey hey Kathleen. Hey Missy, hey William, hey Tina. Okay, people are liking this. Wow, there's a lot of people here tonight. Yeah, so uncommon bees for your insides. Oops. Uncommon bees for your when everything is backwards, it gets really hard to do things. So uncommon bees for your inside, Wazoo Survival for your outside. Okay. But you're here to learn about your liver. Okay. One last housekeeping thing I need to do. And so you're going to have to kind of bear with me here. So, I started my new job now 3 weeks ago at the Medicine Man Plant Company thing as their R&D guru healer dude, creating the actual herbal plant supplements that they'll be selling. So one of the things we're doing is and by we mostly mean me, are creating a newsletter. So with health information, caveman information, herbal medicine, discount codes, things like that. Lifestyle tips, the whole kit and caboodle, if people still use kits and caboodles for things. But if you want to be part of that, if you want to get get on the newsletter thing, and it will only be the newsletter. You're not going to get daily, emails saying, hey, buy this, 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 hey, buy this. Not naming names, but there are companies out there that do that. We're not going to do that. It'll just be for the newsletter. And, everything will be contained in the newsletter. The goal is to make it worthwhile for you to send us your email. So if you want to get on the newsletter, I need you to send me and here, I got it here. I want you to email me at Merriwether or at Foraging Texas. With the what do I have? The subject MMPC newsletter. So if you email me with the subject line MMPC newsletter, I will then get you signed up for the Medicine Man Plant Company newsletter, and life will be good for everyone. So there's that. Okay, yeah, Jackie, it definitely does. Hey, Chad. Hey, Mark. Okay. Yeah, a newsletter because I need something else to do. Weaponize my insomnia. Okay. So, all right, now let's talk about why you are here. Well, when a man and a woman love each other, joking. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is just water tonight. All right, so let's talk about your liver. So the liver has a really interesting place in mythology and human biology and lots of things like that. For a long time, it was considered the liver was basically the source of emotions and life and everything. And so, if you think about like Prometheus, was he Greek or Roman? I can't remember now if Prometheus was Greek or Roman. But the god that stole fire from the other gods and gave it to humans, his punishment was being chained to a rock, and then a bird would come every day and eat his liver and then fly back, and then his liver would regrow and the bird would come back and eat his liver again. So there's all sorts of things like that. People knew the liver was really important going all the way back into caveman times, and they noticed there are certain things that when a person was having certain symptoms, if they ate certain plants, it would help. And eventually this evolved into more knowledge and science and Western science and all this. But the end result is a strong liver makes a healthy body. The liver, one of its main things, if you really think about it, it's almost not a worthy title for it, but the liver is the waste treatment plant for your body. By that, it's taking all the things that like you can't use, all the chemicals floating around that get out of your stomach, out of your intestines, into your blood, and start, floating around that your cells can't use for things, or they use it and dispose of it, or the cells produce waste molecules of some sort. They end up in the liver where there's a huge number of different enzymes whose purpose is to start breaking all this stuff down so that it can then be excreted in the urine. So if you think about it, the liver is often what keeps you from becoming poisoned, no matter how hard we try. The thing is, humans are pretty damn good at poisoning their liver, pretty much ever since the invention of alcohol, among other things. But even like the common pain killer, the acetaminophen, I don't want to name names, but Tylenol, it's really bad for your liver. In fact, one of the ways a lot of these plant studies were done is they would use the acetaminophen to induce liver damage in mice and then see either if these plants would repair the damage or they'd be given the plants at the same time as the acetaminophen, and if it would prevent or reduce the damage that was occurring. So, that's the basic. Like you say, if you know in the show, I always try and give the scientific references to this stuff. So as I go through and talk about these plants, I will be posting the scientific references so you can go and read the data if you're that type of person. Okay, so probably the king, let me just do this here. The king of liver health is milk thistle. Milk thistle, it grows here in Texas. It grows all over North America. I found it up in Minnesota. I found it out in New York. A number of nurseries will actually sell you little seedlings, which is cool. I've grown it from seedlings. The Arborgate Nursery in Tomball. I get nothing for mentioning them. It's just they happen to be my most favorite nursery ever. But they often will carry milk thistle in the spring. It may not be there yet, but it will be there soon. And with milk thistle, what you really want are the seeds. And the seeds are small. They're maybe a third the size of a sunflower seed, maybe half the size of a sunflower seed. So you need to let the milk thistle go to flowers, take the seeds and collect the seeds, and then you can simply eat the seeds. You can make a tincture out of the seeds. You can make a tea out of the seeds. The thing is you need a lot of seeds. So you need a lot of plants. So this is something, if you really do have liver issues, ideally, if you want to use the milk thistle, you want to plant a whole garden of it and take the seeds and then maybe approximately a quarter teaspoon of seeds a day. Just eat them, add them to your meal, chop them up, crunch them up, spend a lot of time, chewing, teeth. Chew the things. You want to crush them up. You want to rupture the cell walls so a majority of the stuff inside the cells can get out into your stomach, into your blood, and get to your liver. So just to put things in perspective, the milk thistle seeds, usually they'll call the extract. There's a group of molecules very, very similar. It's like 3 molecules, complex ring structures. They refer to those 3 molecules as the Silymarin. And so you can just get an extract of the milk thistle extract with the Silymarin in it, and that will work really well too. It's a lot easier than growing all this stuff, especially considering how few seeds you get per milk thistle plant. So you take that and away you go with the milk thistle. Now here's the thing though. The particular compounds aren't very readily bioavailable as is. So you need to take them with some sort of other plant material that is rich in certain types of like seed oil. So you can get extracts, milk thistle extracts with the Silmarillion in it. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to say Silmarillion because I'm a nerd, but the the Silmarin. But if you just take the capsule with just the Silmarin in it, a lot of those compounds aren't going to end up where they need to go. You need to mix it with something fatty sort of thing, a plant oil, to make it more readily bioavailable. So, there may be a company coming out soon with a product that has a mixture of both the Silmarin and the things you need to make it more bioavailable. Just saying. So there's that. But milk thistle, amazingly good. I said currently it is the only thing they find that helps against a certain sort of mushroom poisonings that totally destroy your liver. If you get to the doctor in time, once you eat it, you realize, oh my gosh, I just ate a poisonous mushroom before you're showing any symptoms, and you race to the hospital. They're going to pump your stomach, and then they're going to fill you up with an extract of the milk thistle there, the Silmarin, to help you try and protect your liver. Because if you don't with these mushrooms, like the angel of death, the avenging angel or destroying angel, and the other one that skips my mind right now, they're going to destroy your liver. So the milk thistle helps protect against not only the mushrooms, but also alcohol damage and acetaminophen, and basically a lot of the different toxins that would target the liver itself. So it's like a preventative maintenance. It's, armor of God around your liver. So Sarah is good. The turmeric is good. The black pepper is good. The black pepper, in the amounts you would need, there's a small amount of other toxicity issues with that. So between the two, ginger, turmeric, amaranth seeds, things like that are really good for increasing the bioavailability of the milk thistle. Okay, Death Cap, thank you. Andrew Harrod, thank you. All right. I'm very dehydrated. Okay, I gotta brag. So I've already lost 12 pounds in the last 2 weeks. So I'm getting back into shape. Very awesome. Okay, hey Carrie, but you're here. That's what matters. Okay, so we talked about milk thistle. Let's go on to the next. And that will be the burdock root. And not only the burdock root, but then including the information, the scientific articles about the liver protective abilities of the burdock root. Now, burdock root, this is another one of those wonder herbs. If you were here last week when I did herbs for strength and endurance, it's been shown that the burdock root increases the body's ability to harness the energy in the cells to increase the ability to access the glycogen, the sugars in your cells, as well as help speed the removal of the waste products. And so I'm not sure the exact mechanism. It wasn't quite clear yet. They have some theories on how it's also helping protect the liver. Part of it is a partial diuretic, so it does increase the urine output. And just by peeing more, you're helping, get stuff away from the body to begin with. But in the liver itself, it does help speed the process of breaking the toxins up and getting the waste products to your kidneys, your bladder, and out the door. Yeah, we'll call it a door. So the burdock root, and you can buy burdock root tea in health food stores if you are basically between north of Dallas and south of the Arctic Circle. You can probably find burdock root growing in any kind of shady, damp area. If you have a horse or a shaggy dog, just let them out running around and they will come back covered with burdock, burrs, and follow them back. Now, don't mistake burdock for cocklebur. Cocklebur is a different plant. It has some external type medicinal uses and the seeds are edible, but the root itself does not have the liver protecting properties. In fact, it's somewhat toxic. So if you go to the Foraging Texas link, excuse me, that I posted. That will jump you over and show you side by side, what burdock looks like, what cocklebur looks like, so you can tell them apart. It's pretty important. But yeah, the Burdock Root Tea, like I say, you can get at Asian stores or online, or probably even some of the better H-E-B and Kroger's and things like that will carry the burdock tea. And again, just drinking that every day, cup a day, 2 cups a day, along with everything. I go through a lot of tea. Can you even hear it when I whisper? But yeah, I go through lots of herb. The only time I really start drinking water is towards bedtime. Just because a number of the different herbs are diuretics, and I don't want to have to get up at 3 in the morning. So, yeah. Wade Phillips, can adding dried burdock root to coffee filter while making morning coffee help? Yes, that's a good idea. Shoot, I don't have a root here within hand, but you can take the root, you can buy big, long, the real raw root. That way 100% you're getting the burdock root, and shave it like you're making hash browns with a carrot peeler into your coffee filter, put the coffee over it, run the thing through, extract it that way. But yeah, you can take the burdock. Okay. Oops. Are we there? Okay. We froze for a minute. I think we're back. Am I back? Uh-oh. Am I... Okay. I think I'm back. Okay, I'm just going to assume I'm back. Hey, everybody. My name is Dr. You know that part already. Okay, yeah, so you can take the burdock root tea, open the tea bag, put it in your coffee filter, put the coffee over on top. I always put the herbs at the bottom, so all the coffee type stuff can filter through, and then it gets it at the last thing, mainly because I want it to have a lot of water going through it. I'm always worried if I put the herbs at top, they won't get the full extraction. So I put them at the bottom of the coffee filter, and then the coffee on top of that. But yeah, adding the burdock root tea to the coffee does really well. Side note, and those of you who are working out, trust me, take some burdock tea. Make it kind of double strength. Steep it for a good 30 minutes. Like, make it an hour before you work out. Steep it for 30 minutes. Drink it 30 minutes before you work out, and you're going to be amazed at your performance. That being said, hey, Bunny. That being said, it also has really good liver protecting and liver flushing properties. You can never keep your liver too clean. Okay, so the next one, and let me just highlight this. This is one that's really for you East Texas people, because there's a lot of it out there, but the Betony. So as I've been working on the medicinal plant book for Texas A&M, there are certain plants that have medicinal properties. Betany has a long history of working against cold and flu and congestion and allergies and things like that. And so I knew I wanted it in the book. So then I had to go in and see, okay, so I want scientific proof of these properties, and looked up, and lo and behold, not only does it do the cold and congestion and all that, it also has some really good liver protective properties. Again, doing the whole feeding acetaminophen to mice and seeing if the Betany reduces the damage done by the acetaminophen, and it turns out it does. So you're going to be hard pressed to find Betany tea like in markets and so forth. This is one of those plants that you really have to find wild, but it's a mint. It is a mint. Look at the features and so forth. And this means you can easily transplant it like a mint. You can take cuttings and get it growing. Take a cutting, put it in a glass of water. 5 days later, it'll be roots. Plant it. 2 years later, wherever you planted will be covered with Betany. Lots and lots and lots of Betany. I got it pretty much a long time ago. I stuck it in several different flower beds around the yard, and now it's thick. But that's a good thing because now, not only is it good for colds and flus and congestion and all that, it'll also help protect my liver and yours too, Kevin Rust. So, oh, Jackie. Okay, let me finish. I'm sorry, I just saw the questions pop up here. Betony. So dried tincture, tea, those are the main ways you can take it. This time of year, it's still going to be nice and tender and green. You can throw it in salads. You can throw it in smoothies. It's a very mild flavored mint. So it's not like peppermint or wintergreen. It's just kind of mintish. Like Reader's Digest version of mint sort of thing. But yeah, liver protective. So dry it, powder it, add it to your food, add it to your coffee, make a tincture, any of those things. Jackie, does burdock tea break fast? Okay, the thing about burdock root, Jackie, is, in my opinion, it does not break the fast. The starch, the calories in burdock root are inulin, not insulin, inulin, which is a very complex starch, which the body can't break down. So you're not really going to get any calories that your body per se can use. The gut bacteria can use it though, because it is considered a macrobiotic, the inulin. So it's good that way. So you can drink it. It's not breaking the fast. One of the things I've started to do is the intermittent fasting too, to help. I've been reading something. I should probably. I'm not quite ready to do a show on the benefits of intermittent fasting, but I do think that's one of the reasons that I've been able to accomplish the weight loss that I've been doing. Tamara, does Betany have any adverse effects on prescribed medications for diabetes, etc.? No, I have not found any Betany. Do I have it here? Somewhere. Oh. Somewhere. Hold on. There it is. Okay. I'll post a link to this after the show, but this is one of the really good books for telling you what herbs may interact with what medications. And with Betany, it's not going to interact any more than regular peppermint will. So, to my knowledge, I have not found anything that stated Betany has an issue with any other sort of medications. That being said, please do your own research on it. Go to the Foraging Texas website there, grab the scientific name, and just poke around, see what you can find. WebMD.com is a place that has a lot of list potential herbal interactions and places like that. So, Jackie, you're intermittent fasting too. Thumbs up. And Kathleen, it's like, the secret fasting group. Hey, Jackie Jackson, good to see you. Hey, Andrew. Okay. Kevin, all my time is... Yeah, Kevin, sometimes... Remember, my wife taught me this trick. Say things quietly to myself first before saying them out loud where others can see or hear them. I don't do that, but she would like me to. Okay, one more time, the Herbal Vadmecum. If you go to the Amazon.com/shop/Foraging Texas, Amazon.com/shop/Foraging Texas, I posted a link to that at the beginning of the show. There will be a 6-step forager's path, basically. Step 6 is the study of herbal medicine, and this book is listed there. So, hey, Ben. Okay, William Parker, I'm doing the OMAD version. I'm not sure what the OMAD version is. I'm curious. Knowing William, I suspect OMAD is maybe an acronym for something that is funny. Okay, so we talked about burdock, we talked about milk thistle, we talked about Betony. Here's a really cool one. And You may have remember how I used to do this, and I had a whole PowerPoint presentation and all that. I can't run both PowerPoint and the OBS. Oh, 1 meal a day. Oh, okay. That's yeah. Okay. Sorry. I can't run this and a presentation at the same time anymore. The computer can't do that. So this is what you get: me talking and links that I'm putting up. But yeah, the frog fruit. So frog fruit is a very common weed around here. It's kind of a pretty weed, and you can actually find some nurseries now selling it as a ground cover because it's fair fruit. And am I crashing again? Okay, I think I'm okay. Every so often, everything just goes here, and lots of red lights, and I'm doing the best I can. But okay, so it looks like we are back. So the frog fruit, the leaves, dried, add it to your coffee, add it to your tea, make a tincture. Tincture, like I said, is where you soak it in alcohol for a while. I had a video about making a tincture. Maybe I need to do a few live on the air sometime. Yeah, I'll think about that. But anyway, look up how to make a tincture. If you don't want ethanol, if you don't want alcohol with your tincture, make an alcohol tincture and then take a week's worth of that. Figure teaspoon a day. Excuse me. Take that and you can convert an ethanol or alcohol tincture into a glycerate or glycerin tincture. Go to the drugstore, get a bottle of glycerin. You may have to ask the pharmacist there for it, but it should be on the shelf. Glycerin is basically 3 alcohol molecules linked together, and it has the same solvating properties as ethanol, but it doesn't have all the effects on the human body that ethanol has. The getting drunk, basically, potential damage to the liver. The downside of glycerin is a glycerin tincture is not shelf stable. So that's why you say make a week's worth, keep it in the refrigerator. But what you do, you take however much alcohol with the, wow, this is backwards. Okay, take however much alcohol with the frog fruit tincture. So you made the frog fruit tincture, and let's say you have an ounce of it, and you mix it with an ounce of glycerin. I'll put the glycerin on top. And then you heat it up gently and evaporate away the ethanol. So now the frog fruit tincture has turned into a frog fruit glycerate, which has the same properties. It just doesn't last very long. So keep it in the refrigerator and away you go. But yeah, frog fruit, it has some really, really interesting hepatoprotective properties. I never would have guessed that. And I've seen it all over Texas. I've seen it down in Corpus Christi. I've seen it up in the Austin area. I've seen it out around Big Bend, Fort Stockton, out in that area. I can't remember if it's native or not, but it's a good plant to have around. Hey, Mary. Hey, Julie. Hey, Tina. Oh, you're all back. Okay, so it looks like maybe we lost people and they're coming back. So frog fruit. Another very common Texas, yard weed that is starting to be sold in the nursery as a watering friendly, low water ground cover. So a good plant to have. Oh yeah, Andrew here. Okay, very, very, very common plant in Central Texas once you learn it. Yep. And it's a very distinctive plant. It looks like it has a little pineapples on the end with little white flowers. So go to the link I put in there, take a look at it, keep your eyes open. This time of year, not so much, but soon, like spring, summer, fall, it's around. I don't know if it's that around right now. Okay, another really good one, and this one also surprised me. Like I said, I was going through and looking up the medicinal properties of plants that I already knew had medicinal properties, and kept finding things that's like, whoa, it also has this property. So another really good one is Horehound. There we go. Okay. Another really good one is Horehound. If you're familiar with Horehound coffees, those acquired taste candies that are also really good for soothing sore throats and cough suppressing and things like that. Turns out there's a number of compounds in Horehound that also are good. Let me just move that. Are also good for your liver. Sorry, I just discovered an opening on the bottom of my computer I never knew was there. Okay, so Horehound, very common up in the hill country. You probably start seeing it very soon. It's a very distinct. It's imagine if the cross between a mint plant, so square stem, opposite, alternating leaves, hollow, crossed with a muppet. Crossed with a muppet. It's kind of fuzzy, and all the veins are very, very deeply pronounced, very cleft into it. Look at the squirrel. Look at the link on Foraging Texas there that I posted to train your eye to see the Horehound. Look for it in kind of sunny areas near water, so near gulches and arroyos and places like that in the hill country, all the way out into West Texas. There was a bunch of this all over Big Bend Ranch, all those really, what you would think of as a desert sort of place. The Horehound was very, very common there. So, like I said, it's a little early. It might just be starting to sprout now. If you've tried growing this in Texas successfully, let me know. I'm doing something wrong because I've purchased a number of plants and planted it in my backyard here in Houston. Like every other year, I'll get some from the Arborgate Nursery. No compensation for saying that. It's just where I go. And I've never had luck growing it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong because the Horehound really, Jackie's saying it can be invasive. I have not been lucky enough for it to be invasive, and I'm pretty sure the Betany would put up a fight anyway, so I could do a whole new game of mints type thing if I could get Horehound to actually take root and do well here. Horehound really is found all over North America. I mean, it grows wild up in Minnesota, but for some reason it doesn't like my backyard. If I had to guess, it might be my backyard is just a little too shady at this time. So, hey, Carrie, you can't get rid of it. Do goats eat it, Carrie? I'm wondering. I'm really curious to know if goats eat Horehound because it has a very potent flavor. There's no way to describe it other than Horehound flavor, but it's interesting. But yeah, so the Horehound. Now, I can't guarantee that Horehound candies, like if you go to Tractor Supply or even like Michael's, some of the place where they have the specialty candies, they sell the Horehound candies. But what the hey, it can't hurt. So if nothing else, try the Horehound candies and go from there. But otherwise try and grow it in tea, tincture, glycerin, any of those things. But it does have I like the flavor, but it's one of those things I grew up on. I also like licorice. So I would say if you like licorice, it doesn't have a licorice flavor, but I think the sort of person that really likes black licorice, me, would also enjoy the Horehound. Oh, it's all over your septic system. Yeah, I wouldn't probably eat it from the septic system. Okay. Wow. 8:43 already. Okay, just another shout out. Don't forget tonight's sponsors, Wazoo Survival. They have all sorts of cool new stuff, including the hat with secret compartments, and of course the bandana. And hopefully soon they'll have the secret mosquito protective. Where the heck is the opening? There it is. I'm not going to put it on this time, but the bandana with the no-see-um netting to keep the bugs off you. And, of course, my good friends, Uncommon Bees. There we go. And don't forget, during the show and until 9:30 tonight, the coupon Forking Weeds will get you 20% off your order rather than 10%. So, really cool there. Okay. Next up. Oh, here's a good one. This is another one that really surprised me. And Tina, you're going to love this. Oops, did it go? Yes. Okay. So another common weed that's found all over North America, hot summertime weed, is purslane. This is that red succulent weed that's growing up through the cracks in the sidewalk in your driveway in Texas in July and August. And you think it's, almost kind of looks like earthworms, like red earthworms with big green wings. Well, big as in like, the size of my pinky. But yeah, purslane has been shown to have hepatoprotective abilities. So yeah, it protects your liver from damage. Again, the mechanism and the compounds aren't quite teased out yet. They have some ideas. If you read the article there, it will give you the science of what's going on. But yeah, this very, very common, plentiful weed all over Texas, all over North America, probably all over the world. You can buy purslane at like Whole Foods and some of the other, crunchy market type places. But yeah, purslane helps protect your liver. I see all sorts of people getting really excited by this. BJ Upchurch, I'll answer your question in a second there. So the purslane, I love purslane. I love the taste of purslane. I love purslane chopped up and added to my egg every morning, like in a scrambled egg or an omelet sort of thing. I'm down to 1 egg with some cheese in the morning for my breakfast and 15 almonds, but I figure I can put onions, I can put garlic, I can put purslane, things like that, different herbs, sage and so forth in my egg without messing, extra calories and so forth. But yes, purslane, you can pickle it, you can eat it raw, you can throw it in smoothies, you can mix it with eggs and quiche and chili. Well, don't tell people that you put it in the chili, but you can put it in chili. It's good in curry. It's good in smoothies, if I didn't say smoothies already. So really, really, really good. Yes, the pickled purslane. If you're pickling purslane, take the thicker roots towards the late July, take the leaves off it, and just use the pickled okra recipe from the Ball Blue Book of Canning and Preserving. It's a simple recipe. It's just water, vinegar, sugar, salt, and dill. And it's great for pickling really anything. That's my go-to pickling recipe because, I'm lazy and dill is expensive, so that's what I go with. Dennis Cleveland, HEB was selling hanging baskets of purslane late summer. I will tell you, so there's the weed purslane with the small flowers and the decorative purslane with the bigger flowers. Both are edible. Both have the same phytochemicals and protective abilities. My experience is, though, the pretty one doesn't taste as good. So usually you have to hide it a little more in your food. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, BJ Upchurch. After making goldenrod tincture, is there anything you can do with the leftover flowers? Compost them. Yeah, just put them in your compost. After it's been tinctured, you've taken all the good stuff out. So just, return it to the earth where it came from. Okay, Allison Strange, is there a lookalike to purslane out there? Yes, there is. There is Spurge. If you go and follow the purslane link to Foraging Texas, I actually have several side-by-side pictures and detailed description of how to tell the good purslane from the bad spurge. So check it out there. It's real easy. If nothing else, if you just take the stalk and break it, if it bleeds clear, it is purslane. If it bleeds white latex paint type stuff, it is the spurge. But check out the link. All your questions are answered there. Okay. Wow, Tina, you've now identified 3 species of purslane on your property. Cool. Do you have the aquatic one too? I can't remember. Savarius or something like that. I have to dig up the name. Okay, what time is it? 8:49. Okay, I got several plants here. So let's jump to an easy one to get your hands on. Oops. And that is the dandelion. So the dandelion is also a very, very medicinal plant. It has all sorts of really cool properties. This was another one that shocked me, though, that in the traditional herbology, it didn't have a lot of use for treating liver damage and preventing liver damage. but the actual scientific studies show that it's quite good. In this case, the leaves and the root of it, taken as a tea or tincture, cooked, any of that, pickled burdock root. It was raw though, so it could be dried, but not baked or cooked or pickled. Baked, cooked, roasted dandelion root may work, but that's not what they tested, so I'm not going to say it does work. In this case, again, it's the raw leaves or the dried powdered root made into a tincture or a tea. So if you go and get your dandelion tea, from wherever you get your dandelion tea from, throw it in your coffee, add it that way, it's going to help protect your liver. In this case, a lot of it is due to its diuretic effects. So the dandelion, it's known to make you, increase the volume and a number of times you pee. So that's part of the thing is helping, flush out the whole system by peeing a lot. It takes out a lot of the toxins. So you're just kind of, speeding up the whole process. In chemistry, there's a thing called the rate limiting step, where you have all these things that have to happen to go from point A to point M, or from, point O to point W. Anyway, from one point to another, there's multiple steps. And these steps take different amounts of time to accomplish. And so the overall speed is really determined by the slowest, everything is crooked here, the slowest step. So if you can speed up the slowest step, that speeds up the whole process. And since you're not constantly peeing, the more you do pee, that's usually the thing. You got to get that out so there's room for the next load of waste to be delivered to your bladder, to from your kidneys, well, from the liver to the kidneys, down to the bladder and out the door, as we say. So yeah, by speeding that whole process up, you speed the whole process up and you get more protection from your liver. So, if you're going out drinking for the night, if you're at home, go ahead and have some, dandelion tea before drinking. If you're out at a bar, I don't know if you want to constantly be excusing yourself to go to the bathroom. After about 2 hours at a bar, that's what I'm doing anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. So, a bunch of different plants we went through. Let's see, there's a few more. I guess the two, I'm just going to post them without talking about them. So another really good one are the common mallow. Wow. Okay, yeah. So this is the Melva Parvaflora and the Melva Neglecta. A lot of this is all over the hill country right now. And again, from the hill country all the way up into Canada, you'll find the mallow growing. It has really good liver protective things. And then another one that surprised me was the Wireweed or Sida. And I have links to both the mallow and the Wireweed Sida on the Foraging Texas website. So you can read, what I talk about them over on Foraging Texas. You can jump over to, the scientific articles and start reading them. A word about Wireweed or Sida. Catching up there? Okay, it crashed for a second. Actually, it looks like it's still having some problems. I don't know what's going on tonight, but I'm getting red blinky lights. Hopefully I'm back. Yeah, okay, so Sida has ephedra in it. Some interesting things. The FDA, Federal Drug Administration, banned herbal supplements that contain ephedra because a few people had heart attacks. I recently did find a really good paper, though, that looked into all of that. And according to that one paper, they say that actually the risk of heart attack from ephedra is really, 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 really overrated. If you're a generally healthy person, you're okay. So, okay, good, I'm back. I don't know what's going on with this. So Sida is another one. Use that one still. I mean, there are lawyers out there. I don't want someone to go take some Sida and then die of a heart attack while doing, something heart attack causing, and then the family come back and sue me, because then I'm going to have to all hit you up for help again. So yeah, there's a lot of plants out there, found all over the place. Wild plants that have been shown to help with your liver. And like I said, a lot of people can argue the getting rid of the poisons, the toxins from your body, which is what the liver does, is extremely important for a long, healthy life. So, hopefully these ideas, again, will help you live a long, healthy life. There's no guarantees. There's never ever guarantees. And every person's biochemistry is different. But from the scientific point of view, now from the FDA point of view, claims like this are verboten. So, I'm not telling you this will fix your liver illness. I'm just saying there is scientific proof that these things help the liver. So from there, you're going to have to make your own choices, your own research, but I gave you links to go and find the information. So, yeah. What else? I got 4 minutes here. Let's see. Is there any other questions that not really. I think yeah, so Merriwether, she's in the house, but she has a thing she has to go to this weekend. She'll be out all weekend at another camp thing, retreat for church, and then she also has a bunch of homework and getting ready for college and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the days of sharing the screen with Merriwether are rapidly coming to an end. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but we'll see. Words of wisdom. Wow, words of wisdom. Never believe anything you hear. Always find supporting evidence, regardless if it's from me, from someone else, from that supporting, things like that. Never just take my word for anything. Never take anyone's word for anything. Like I said, I try and give you the actual data. You can go up and see for yourself what's going on and decide from there. Chad, is Burdock Root available at the store? Yeah, Chad, I buy mine. There's a little Asian market here in the Woodlands on Sawdust Road. So if you exit Rayford Sawdust, in the plaza across the street from the HEB, they have it there. But all the, Ranch 99 and Hong Kong Market and all the Asian stores carry it. I know you live kind of in this area, so that's why I'm telling you where I go to get it. Okay, so 8:58. Any other words of wisdom? Hug lots, love lots, laugh lots. I don't know. Moderation. Everything in moderation. Also, so I gave you a bunch of plants. You hear nowadays the strength through diversity, and at least in the plant and herbal world, I'm a firm believer in that. We might end up going a little long here. You might have heard the eat the Japanese diet and live to 100 years, like the Japanese people do, or eat the Greek diets and live to 100 years like the Greek people on this Greek island do. A lot of studies have been done on those diets and those sort of research. And what they found is if you're Greek, those Greek diets do great things for you. If you're not Greek, they don't help as much. If you're Japanese, those Japanese diets do great things for you. If you're not Japanese, they're not that, they don't offer much benefit. We spent a lot of time evolving in limited areas with those plants. It wasn't just until the last few thousand years where we've exploded all over the planet and, we've taken our medicinal plants with us and so on and so forth. But where I'm going with this is just going with one plant for a thing may not give your body, your evolutionary genetic code, what it needs. It might help some, but that's why I really, suggest a diverse mixture of plants to hopefully somewhere in that diversity, your genetic code will go, yes, that one, that's what I want. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, so there's that. Okay. 8:59, another, wow, these go really fast for me. I don't know if they go fast for you, but yeah, they go fast for me. And Kevin, just to answer your question, yes. Yeah, I had to think, as I think actually 2 of the first 4 products we'll be coming out with have burdock root in it. Okay. Ah, yeah, Elizabeth, sounds like native microbiome benefiting the regionally specific foods. I was discussing that with someone. Okay, we're going to go over here because this is a really interesting topic. Yeah, so not only did you evolve with certain foods, but you evolved with certain gut bacteria. And there's been a gut bacteria, good fecal transplants to get you. Okay, sorry, we got to cut here for a second because look. We have Merriwether. She misses you guys, so she's very, very busy, but you can talk. I'll shut up now.
Okay, I just had homework and things like that. So, life decisions and summer, college, art, stuff like that. Fun stuff. So I hope y'all are all doing well, learning about plants, and doing good in the world, taking care of the environment, and not... Dad gave me this look, so...
you were giving me a look. So I will say, teenagers and parents give each other looks that are constantly misinterpreted.
Very much so.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. There she was. She still exists. Earlier tonight, I was kind of... Well, anyway. Yeah, so question, Wade. March, April, probably... We're hoping March, looking probably April if you sign up for the newsletter. And let me just do that quick too again, put the link there. If you sign up for the Medicine Man newsletter, you will get all sorts of behind the scenes and early information about what's coming on. Okay, at that point, I really got to stop because I got a lot to do yet tonight. So love you all. Thank you all for spending an hour and 2 minutes of your time with me. That means a lot. There's so many things you could be doing with your time. So the fact that you choose to spend it with me just warms the nerdy, lonely, plant-eating guy. So, all right. Good night, all. No.
You're done.
What is this?